On this episode of Recreated Kinda, we're making not one, but two dishes from, you guessed it, one of our favorite shows, Bobby Flay's Triple Threat. We've got two steak dishes, one from Chef Karen Akunowicz and the other from Chef Brooke Williamson. The mandatory ingredients were porterhouse steak and gochujang. Let's get in the kitchen and make it happen. Before we get started, you already know down in the description box below is the game plan. We are going to get started with Chef Karen's components because hers is a little bit more involved than Chef Brooke. Here in the back, I have, well, now I have some salted water that I'm dropping 6 of these little cuties. We're gonna bring that to a boil and we'll come back to that in a bit. In the front, we're going to generously oil this little pot, and then we're going to add a wee bit of kale. I think this is Dinosaur kale. This component is this green cream sauce that she has on the bottom that she places her steak with. We're gonna give this a light saute, and then we're gonna add our heavy cream. So let's try this. It's been about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. They've just wilted a little bit. I'm not trying to get them nice and sauteed, just a little cooked down. I added a little bit of salt, and now I'm going to add the heavy cream, and we're going to let this go. Oh, I took this out for a reason. And then, I don't know if she did, but we're gonna add just 1 clove of garlic because we love garlic. We're gonna give this one quick little mix. And we'll let this go on low, just simmering for a few minutes, and then we'll come back to this as well. The other thing we're going to get started on is the demi-glace. She made a demi-glace sauce. What's a demi-glace? It's a reduced down stock until it's very gelatinous. Luckily for me, you can't even tell, like, this is some chicken stock that I've already reduced to that point, and we are going to get 1/2 cup. She used beef stock, but you know, when you already have something in the kitchen, why start again? We're just gonna do 1/2 cup there, and then add some leeks. That's not the right one. And then we're just going to add the green parts of the leeks. That's going to, the opposite of solidifying. That's going to liquefy. We'll let the leeks steep in there, and then we'll come back to that and finish the seasoning. Now we get to work on our butter for Chef Karen's dish. This is a pretty straightforward gochujang butter. I've got 1 stick of softened butter. Listen, that's crazy.
Wow.
Well, we got less than a stick of unsalted butter, and we're going to add about, oh wow, that's nice and soft actually. We'll start with a tablespoon of gochujang. Or should I do 2?
We can do 2 because
right, because it's a gochujang butter, so
yeah,
you should be able to taste it. So we'll do 2 tablespoons of gochujang butter, which I think should be enough. And then, because it's pretty straightforward, we're just going to lightly, not salt it, sugar it up. So we'll do, that's 1/2 teaspoon. You think we should do 1 full one?
Sure.
Great. 1 full teaspoon of, what's that called?
Sugar.
And then a pinch of salt. And then we'll give this a mix. This is what it looks like.
Don't.
I added a few more pinches of salt. I think like 2 more pinches of salt. Because butter is a fat, it can take a little bit more salt. What we're also going to add is some lemon zest. I don't think she added this to her dish. However, one of her critiques was something was missing. And sometimes when a judge says that, it could be a little bit of acid. So we're gonna add a little bit of zest there, and then we'll reserve the juice for another part of the dish. The kale and cream mixture is done. I put it in this deli container. I forgot to mention and also add, I added it later. I added like a little knob of a leek. And then I also added the strained leeks from the demi-glace that we're gonna get to after this. I'm going to add about that much of Parmesan cheese, and we're just gonna give it a little whiz. And then there should be our cream green sauce. Yeah, get a close look. Hi. So you may have noticed we switched containers. The immersion blender wasn't doing a good job at blending all the bits together. So we put it in our NutriBullet, which FYI, you have to make sure the liquid isn't hot. So be careful when you do it. But now, she's stunning. And I think it tastes great. So we'll hold off on adjusting this when we're done. Until we're ready to plate. That's what I meant. Great. So now what we could do, as you can see here, I've taken out our boiled potatoes. I've given them a light little press. Now we're going to fry them. I've got a mixture of, what is it?
Avocado oil.
And some beef tallow. And we're going to give them a nice fry. We're going to cross our fingers that everything goes smoothly because you may have seen our other videos and frying isn't fun for us. So I'm just going to drop 1.
Oh, that's nice.
2. Oh, I could do another one.
Yep.
Oh. Great. And because they are cooked, all we're just looking for is color. Our potatoes are done frying, and we're going to put them in a bowl that I've lined with a little bit of that gochujang butter that Chef Karen made so that the heat of the potatoes can gently dress our potatoes. Now what we'll do is just set this aside until it's time to plate for the demi-glace. She put gochujang. We're going to use some of our gochujang butter. Maybe about a generous teaspoon. And then a little bit of mustard, because again, that's what she added. And then a generous little, ooh, that's not good. A generous little squeeze of lemon juice. Because this is chicken
broth,
essentially chicken demi-glace, essentially.
Oh, sure.
What we're going to do is when we taste it, we're going to adjust the seasoning with some beef bouillon, because that sounds smart. That tastes good.
Can we just leave it or no?
No, it needs salt.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna add a pinch of this. Because when I made the demi-glace, the stock essentially, I didn't put too much salt because I want it to be versatile. So I'm gonna put
all of it.
that much.
Okay.
I think I could use more broth. I'm sorry, salt.
Oh, okay.
Then we should be good. For Chef Brooke's butter, we're going to add the same amount of
Gochujang?
correct as we did for the other one. Well, maybe actually a little bit less because, wow, that's crazy. Don't look at that. She also added tomato paste. So we're going to add about maybe half a tablespoon of tomato paste. And also some anchovies that I've put through the mortar and pestle so that it got a little mushed because homegirl actually used something fancy called colatora, which is basically a fish sauce, but it's made of anchovies. I didn't want to buy a special product just for this dish. We already had anchovies, so that's what we're going to do. How many did I use, Nikki?
2.
2. That's 2. 2 in here. We'll do 2 pinches of salt. The tomato paste is probably going to add a little bit some savoriness as well. And the anchovies have some salt, so we'll slow it down a little bit. And then already let's add some zest. Because she for sure added some lime zest to hers. You already know, same as before. We're going to give this a mix and a taste, and then we'll adjust. For the cabbage component for Chef Brooke, because this was the only other thing she did. It was the butter, the steak, and cabbage, which is wild to me. What we're going to do is use some regular cabbage. She used a different kind of cabbage, but I couldn't find it. We're just going to get a nice sear on one side, and then we'll flip it so it could get a nice sear on the other side, and then we'll just cover it so that it can cook through. So by the time you come back, we're going to be ready to dress this because this is going to be done. Just kidding. I flipped it already. Cabbage has a lot of water, and I put a lot of oil, so it's splattering everywhere. That's neither here nor there. What we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of our butter for Chef Brooke in here and some vinegar because that's what she did. So here goes nothing. I mean, to be fair, that's just butter.
Yeah.
like
That's enough.
there.
It's already got so much oil in there.
And then some vinegar. That much?
That's enough.
Great. We'll bring this on high until all that butter melts, and then we'll cover it, put it on low, and then we'll just
Finish it off, yeah.
We'll let it steam in there. We're going to get started on cooking our, what are we cooking?
Steaks.
Both of them. We're keeping it simple. We're just doing salt. That's it. I know that Chef Karen did something to hers, but respectfully, I don't care. I've got about 1 inch New York strip steaks. They had a porterhouse steak, and a porterhouse steak is made up of New York and filet. We're just gonna do the New York. I got a ripping hot pan, and we're going to just lay it down.
Nice.
Oh, did I mention that I pre-salted it?
Yes.
Well, if I didn't, I pre-salted this bad boy about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
We'll let this cook on this first side for about 4 minutes and then flip it over and cook it for another 3 minutes. We're looking for a good medium, which is, oh my gosh, 130?
Something like that.
Something like that. So that's what we're reaching for. So we'll probably pull it at like 125. So our steaks looking lovely. I pulled them at like 125. Now we're just going to let them rest. And then I'm going to chop them off camera because I need to make it look nice for, you guys. So you're going to see them in a different form in a bit. Now we can plate Chef Karen's dish. This is going to be pretty straightforward and simple. We are going to start with some of this green cream sauce. And then on top of this, we're going to add our steak, which I've cut.
Yes.
Perfect. Then our Demi-Glace, which is nice and thick.
Thicker.
I'm just gonna put a little bit. And then our tossed potatoes and in our butter, in our gochujang butter. And then some green onions to make it fresh. Gosh, green stuff just makes everything look so pretty.
It does.
Great. Should I take that out?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take that out. We're gonna take some pictures and we're gonna give it a try. I'm gonna cut me a nice chunk of steak. Get me some potatoes. No small bites.
Cut me a small piece.
I don't love this. It's not terrible. It's just not great. The best thing on here, I think, is the steak. The second best thing is the green sauce, cream sauce.
Cut me another piece.
The third great thing is the green onions. I would give this dish a low score. I would say this lands somewhere in between 6 and 7, so like a 6.5.
6, 7.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
She works with kids, guys. The steak, honestly, is cooked perfectly. All you just need is salt, in my opinion, in order to have a really good steak.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The second best thing, I feel like I've already mentioned it, is the kale cream sauce. It's nice and kale-y, which I really like it. With the steak, it's not so earthy, but it's still like there, and it's nice and creamy, and it's got that Parmesan cheese. Overall, it's pretty simple. However, it's still good. For the gochujang butter, I would actually do that differently. I think I would get rid of that raw edge of the gochujang and maybe cook it down with a little bit of garlic and then add it to the butter. That's what I would do. So that's why this is a 6.5. So let's cross our fingers and pray Brooks is better. I don't know how I snapped. It doesn't matter. Now we're going to plate Brooks. This one is very straightforward. Look at that, nice and caramelized.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Hopefully it tastes good. We're gonna gently place it right there. And then our steak, which don't look cute, I'm not gonna lie. Oh! Oh no. Well, luckily there's not much going on here. I could do less steak.
Oh.
Yeah, I could wipe that.
You're right.
See, can't even tell. Better.
Okay.
Great, and then we're gonna do a nice little quenelle.
One more time.
Quenelle. It's a fancy, like, you'll see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
You go like this. Oh, sorry. Ooh, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Whatever. Cute. Oh my gosh. And then.
Yep.
That one.
Pretty.
Great.
Yep.
Sweet. We're gonna take pictures and then we're gonna try this one and cross our fingers it tastes better. Now it's time to try
The Giovanni.
Chef Brooks. I'm a little bit apprehensive because even though the butter is cute, it's not too different from the other butter. So I'm worried. But here goes nothing. To be fair though, she melted hers on like a salamander. Here we go.
Well, taste it with the cabbage.
Yeah, you're right.
We should have got a better knife.
It could have been softer too. Whatever. I'm over this. No small bites. Okay.
It's the cabbage.
The cabbage is good.
Cut me a piece.
I fear. Well, the cabbage is good, but I fear it doesn't matter. Not good. It was our first flop. To be fair, I don't think either of the dishes those two chefs made were bad. I think the flop is us today. Mm-hmm. Which, hey, you know, we have a whole bunch of videos out so far.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
And we lost real bad today, guys. This is worse than the other one. I think the biggest issue is the tomato paste and the gochujang, I think would benefit from cooking out that like rawness out, that like raw edge out of it. And unfortunately, we did not do it. A part of me had a feeling that we should, but then a part of me also didn't want to do all that work. So note to self, trust your gut, because sometimes your gut is right. I don't even want to talk about this.
Okay, we don't have to.
The steak was good.
Yeah.
The steak
Cabbage wasn't terrible.
Did we give this a score? I'm mad as hell. I'm giving it a 4. We did taste it with a little bit of the cabbage or a little bit of the butter that we cooked the cabbage in, and it was a little bit better, but it wasn't a significant difference. It was just marginally better. Overall, I'm sad because, well, no, I'm not sad because there's still a few pieces of steak that have been untouched
By butter.
by gochujang butter. But again, there's nothing wrong with gochujang. There's nothing wrong with gochujang butter. There's something wrong with us today.
with how you made it.
Look at her blaming me. It's crazy as hell. On that note, guys.
Close it out.
On that note, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you got inspired to get into the kitchen and make something delicious. And you know what? Risk making a bad meal. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.
You're right.
Did worse.
Yeah.
Take a 4.